I think if I have to put a position to myself in the company or to any one of us, I think we'll be chief fire officers, because there is a fire every time in every department. ये नहीं sanction हुआ, the boundary issue है with the land, title issue हुआ, someone has claimed that this also property belongs to me. For everything, this situation arises. And I think it is a game of patience and thorough documentation, actually, which is going to take you out of it. But this is inevitable in real estate. My father told me that if you are up for this, then only enter this business, because it's not for the faint-hearted. Hi, Amit. Thank you for being on the show. It's a great honor to have you here. Before we start, I'd love for you to kind of tell the audience about who you are, what your family does, and just give a quick intro. Yeah, Kaushik, thank you for having me up. I'm Amit Paranjape. I head the business development at Paranjape Schemes. We are a real estate company. Been in real estate for last 35 odd years. I am actually the fourth generation in the business, and real estate is all that we know. So born and bred into a real estate family, and we are about 6 of us in the business. My father, my uncle being the chairman, my father the managing director, and then 4 of the next generation. So each handling individual roles in the business. And yeah, it's a exciting business. It's busy and it's eventful. Awesome. I love the introduction. Now I think it's time to get into the real depths of it, right? So, how was it kind of growing up as one of these wealthy families in Pune? So actually, contrary to what you are saying, I'll just go a little back. My father, we are from Vileparle, from Mumbai. I came to Pune when I was 4 years old. My father actually had started a adhesive business. So he called, you had Fevicol, and then he had called it Supercol. So he had a small lab in one of his bedrooms, and he started that business. He had a partner, and one day his partner duped him completely. So he made that, conscious decision to sort of move out of Mumbai. At that time, a lot of migration was happening in to Pune from Mumbai. Pune was considered a retirement destination, or a little chilled out place. And to a large extent today, it is the same. Before my great grandfather actually established whatever was out there from Vileparle all the way to Juhu. So in 1920s and 30s. So at that point of time, he built 25,000 homes. So I'm the 4th generation. When I say 4th generation, from 1920s is when our family, the Paranjape family, actually came into real estate business, took different turns, and Paranjape Schemes today was actually started by my father and uncle in 87. And then we moved to Pune. So it was sort of a ground up building from scratch story for my father and uncle. And we sort of built on it over last 35 years. So I think wealthy is a preconceived notion. I didn't know what wealthy was in school, to be honest. I got to know about it when my father actually purchased a Mercedes, and then I was a little bit embarrassed going to school in that. I used to get dropped off like 200 meters away and, walk to school. So I didn't know what it was. So my father and uncle have built on it. So it has been a gradual curve to that extent. So that's the way I would like to put it. Yeah. So when you finally started, understanding that the wealth has started to come in, or you've started to understand that, this is where the business is going, did it kind of affect your school life and your friendships, relationships? Absolutely not, actually. And the credit goes to my mother. Absolutely kept us grounded. My set of friends are my friends from first grade. That hasn't changed. Still am very much meeting them daily, and I think that has been the upbringing, and I'm very glad that I have that upbringing. It keeps me aware of everything which is out there, and I think wealth. Again, coming back to wealth, wealth is very personal. Most of your interaction is with the common man. So, what do you do with wealth, right? I mean, you're eventually interacting with the common man. So, you need to be in touch with what is going on in their life.
Wow. Okay. So that actually puts a very different spin on like how what people kind of believe how people from the real estate development industry are. Like everyone looks at them as these rich rich families, and all of the kids are always looked at kind of rich brats who are kind of spoiled. But it's very refreshing to kind of hear that your mom played a huge part in keeping both of you grounded. But now my next question comes in from the more cultural standpoint. Is that being a Marathi businessman, right? In Pune, there are very few very highly successful Marathi businessmen, right? And now there are quite a few. But when like your father and uncle even started, it was quite new. People in Pune, there's always this preconceived notion that, ek baje sote, dukan band rakhte hai, all these type of things. And overall, as a very laid back city. So coming here and, kind of killing it in the market, and now the legacy name that you have, how did these cultural differences kind of like what did you see growing up?
My father and my uncle were extremely busy. Even back in school, I remember. I don't remember my father actually coming to like a PTA meeting or anything, to be honest. And but he gave a lot of time to us. If I was playing cricket, he used to bowl in the nets for me. So that beyond school hours, he gave a lot of time to us. And he came from Mumbai, so the work ethic in Mumbai was very different to what it was in Pune. And starting from scratch for them as first generation, that fire in the belly is very different, right? We come in as a second generation entrepreneurs. We are more of our outlook is towards building from a base which is given and expanding it and shouldering the responsibility of what the legacy already is, right? So a very different outlook. But yes, the work culture in real estate business has to be, you have to be on your toes. You have to be a hustler. I mean, essentially, you're a hustler, right? And you're hustling 24/7. So that's how it's been.
And I think you made a very brilliant point here is that, yes, of course, your, father and uncle and your grandfather have done a lot to, create that base. But now coming in generation to generation, kind of building on that and taking the onus of, growing the legacy, I think that's a huge pressure to have. And it's not easy to deal with. I've seen many people kind of like people of my age who have gotten into the business. And now it's not doing as well as they were before. They still need a lot of, there's a huge learning curve in their business, right? But how did you kind of deal with that type of pressure?
So essentially, when we came in, by the time we came into the business, we had 1,000 full-time people working with us. So you had to sort of build your own brand. I mean, that is probably the first thing. You have to step out of your father's shadows, so to speak. And also, when it came to real estate, what you mentioned that Bade Baap Ka Beta, the tag that it actually carries, you have to get out of that tag very quickly. And for me, firstly, being educated in construction space was probably the first step that I wanted to take. So I didn't want to come in and I didn't want to do the regular BCom and the BBA, so to speak. So, right. So I wanted to get into a good school. After my 12th, I went to Purdue, my construction engineering and management from there. Fifth day after graduation, my dad called me back. He kept 5 people for my interview. कि US जाके आया है तो कुछ तो सीखा होगा. So, and after like a grueling 45-minute interview, uh, they called dad and said that kuch to seek ke aaya. So that was
Interviewed to be in your own company.
by 5 people. A lot of the senior management interviewed me. And then I spoke with my dad, and consciously we took a call that let me be put out there in the field. And field as in like I went on a remote site. Actually, Hinjewadi back in 2000 was very remote that way, right? No one wanted to go to Hinjewadi. So when I joined the business, me and my father made a very conscious decision that I'll be put out there in the field. And we were coming up with a commercial project, which was, it was, I think, 2008, 2009, it was shelved because of the global economic crisis. So when I came back, the market was getting better. So I was pushed onto that project. So we had a team there. That team literally was not doing anything for 3 years because there was nothing happening on the site. So my first day onto that site, it was a Patra office, site office. I went in, couple of people were sleeping, taking the afternoon nap. It was all dusty, uh, dusty tables, chairs. So I had to literally like find a space to sit, introduce that I am the son of Mr. Shashank Paranjape, and this is the project that I've come to start again. And then that was my first entry into building a team. What my team is, that the 1,000 people were actually my father and uncle had built a team, but this was the chance for me to actually start building a team, creating a rapport. And by the time we finished the project, I had a team of 20 people who I had recruited. Some of them already were there in the company, but we went into that project as a team. So that was a big learning curve for me. We built the Taj Hotel in Hinjewadi. Actually, that was the project that I was on, and actually, no one knew in our company how to do a hotel. Like we were doing the regular 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. The first hotel that the company was doing. So literally, like no one knew. So everything was asking a lot of other people in the industry how it's built, taking those risks, and actually credit to my father because he never intervened in my decision. He said that if you want to succeed in this business, you will have to take your own decisions. I mean, if you can only be successful if you can take risk in this business, and this business is high risk, high reward sort of a business. So I remember we had to go to China to pick up products for that project, and I had no clue what different type of rice cookers are there. Quite 100-kilo rice cooker for that. So that building an entire kitchen, procuring all of that equipment. So that was a very interesting experience. And then from then on, I moved to taking larger roles as a division. So now I head the sales, marketing, any new business development, uh, collections, revenues, and purchase for the group. So that experience actually gave me perspectives into all the different things that happened. And so 6-7 years, I was on a construction site completely, taking my lunch at a nearby small dhaba, having the chai with all the engineers. And I think that still is the best tea that one can have. The site tea is the best tea one can have. So, so my switch actually into the sales division more was for me because I'm actually very introvert that way. I used to hate public speaking. I I was okay being myself, and then I moved into a completely public speaking role, meeting 100 people at once. So that was one more step for me to, completely change, get out of my comfort zone and be in this. And I think this is very exciting for me now. I've taken it up and I'm trying to build on it. So that's again coming from second generation, coming back to the question. there was a big responsibility on us to sort of carry, and it still is today. Uh, uh, but building your own brand also was equally important, and that's how we maneuvered our way, and that's what we are doing today.
So was it always the plan that you would join the business?
Not really. Actually, I wanted to get into football management, and one, I think Dad just picked up my football cleats and said, "No." Pretty much, he said that. I mean, he somehow convinced me that there was more money to be made in real estate than in football management.
Mm.
But the talk at the dining table was always real estate. So um, somewhere at the back end, there was this thing, and it eventually panned out. Like, it was a natural move into this field.
But was there like a reluctance of joining the company? Did you not like real estate, or what made you want to not do it?
Because I was deeply involved in football. I mean, football was probably my life back there in that time. And I mean, I thought that probably that is something, my passion was football. And eventually, I mean, a lot of people say that with real estate, your business is your passion and everything, but it's 100% it cannot be true for a second generation entrepreneur. He's not started it, right? He's eventually getting into it. So he develops that passion over time. He just doesn't get it. So I think naturally I just moved into real estate. And we were expanding me and my older cousin, we were needed in the business back then. So we felt that it was sort of our duty to come back and join the business.
So you mentioned that you're a huge football fan and you love the entire management side of things. You also played cricket, right? Well, how was that like? What exactly got you into cricket, and what got you out as well?
I played under 14 Maharashtra, under 16 Maharashtra. Was a fast bowler, opening bowler. And I think pretty much 4-5 years of my school, I used to be at the BCCI camp, MCA camps there. And I mean, I think I was good back then because I was the youngest one. Even if it was under 14, I was 12 when I was in the under 14. But I was overweight actually throughout my school life. And we used to bowl 6-7 hours in the nets and eventually got a stress fracture. And that's where the doctor told me not to play cricket anymore. So I think that was in 9th and 10th. So that was sort of a big heartbreak sort of a situation. And that's where it sort of fizzled out. And for me, he told me to lose weight. And then that's how I moved into football. Actually played football.
So you went from, ideally you went from cricket to football. And then many years later, you actually did Ironman, which is very impressive. I'd love to hear about your experience with Ironman.
So actually, I have done 4 what is called half Ironmans, which is, or it's called Ironman 70.3. So that's totaling 70.3 miles. So essentially, triathlon is the sport where you swim, bike, and run. And with the 70.3 distance, it's a 2-kilometer swim, 90-kilometer cycle, and a half marathon after that. And that you have to do within like 8.5 hours. That's the cutoff. So I've done 4 of those. And now I'm training for the full one, which is exactly double the distance. I have my race in June. So I'm very excited to be a part of that. And after COVID, actually, as everyone started growing up, time was a problem. So football sort of fizzled out again because we couldn't find 10 people. That's the normal story, right? Then moved into a sport where I'm not dependent on anything. And now I'm like crazy addicted to it, to be honest. It is an addictive sport to be in. So I'm looking forward to my race in June.
So Ironman takes a lot of patience and discipline as well. So did the discipline come from your work, or does your discipline from like your sporting passion drown into your work?
I think it's that entire journey, being in a competitive sport throughout my schooling life, and actually moving in doing my undergrad actually US undergrad, to be honest, was my building block for work ethics. Essentially, it is a school, right? People think about it as a very chilled out destination. It's literally a school. For 4 years, you miss 2 lectures in a semester and your grade is dropped or they don't let you pass. So that sort of built on the work ethic to a large extent. And then that carried forward to the business. And that's helping me in my Ironman training. So I think credit goes to my undergrad in the US. So that's it. And I think you can't race unless until you have discipline. I mean, mental discipline is probably the biggest factor for it was, but it actually came through a period of tough time for me post COVID when the real estate business was really not doing well. And I was sort of giving up for a lot of small decisions that I had to take. This is not working. Let me chhod do yaar. Let me not do it. And then something sort of triggered saying that I really need to get that thing back. And then I got introduced to long distance cycling. I felt that was okay. I can do it. Got introduced to running. I was already playing football, so that was also manageable. So then I moved into that sport, and that really taught me to not sort of be persisting in your efforts. And that has absolutely translated into my work life post COVID. So we were sort of the first family in Villeparle because essentially my great grandfather pretty much did 25,000 homes in 1920s. So you won't believe, but there was Gandhiji's photo, Nehruji's photo, and my great grandfather's photo in lot of residences in Villeparle till today, because he almost gave them free homes. He told, because they were all migrating from the Konkan area, a lot of Maharashtrians, and Villeparle was one of the areas that they were getting into. So a lot of people didn't have money because they were just moving entire households back then. So he said, you stay first, give me money later. And that sort of created the goodwill back then. That has been our forte or a USP, carrying that trust and goodwill. And, when my father decided to get into real estate, there was one gentleman who had his bungalow in Pune. So when my father approached him, he said that, we know you guys from back then, you develop it. So he wanted 3 apartments, and we had 6 apartments that we could sell in the open market. And my father gave an ad saying that Mumbai's famous Paranjape schemes आता पुण्यामध्ये.
Wow.
आणि he created the first official waiting list what was there in real estate, because for those 6 apartments he got 800 applications and all of them were ready to give 5,000 rupees back then as a waiting list. So that waiting list actually generated 10 more projects. So in 1 year, from 1 project went to 3 projects to 10, and that's how he sort of multiplied exponentially both of them. Today we stand at about 210 projects completed, about 25 million square feet of work done. So that was the sort of exponential growth that my father and uncle, and I mean, luck was always on our side.
So, as the public views, real estate as an industry, there's a lot of negative connotations that come with it, right? So, like I mentioned before, that was more on a personal level, like the kids are kind of bade baap ke bete, like spoiled. Those are all personal things. But more of an industry-based connotation that, builder log gunde hote hai, or, they do a lot of, underhanded things, lots of, corruption involved with it. So how do you deal with these type of negative connotations that are attached to a real estate developer?
I think when you're doing a brand, between the relationship between a customer and a developer, most important aspect is trust, right? So in all of this noise that is there, whether the developer can deliver the project to the customer. Now, for that to happen, that is only the tip of the iceberg, right? And that's what eventually is seen, that builder ne possession diya and nahi diya. Be like, but there is a whole, the part underwater of the iceberg is the biggest issue in real estate today. And essentially, because there are a lot of loopholes within our system, the government system, uh, land. We don't have land insurance. The land records are very, they are sketchy to a large extent. When you're buying land from someone, there is always this sister who turns up at the end and says that even I have a part of the property. The land can get into litigation, so on and so forth. So it starts from there. Then it moves into actually getting the project sanctioned. Right? That's we have a total of 11 different departments that we need to get an NOC from to start a project. There is tree, water, building permission, environmental clearances. So all of that, karte, you have reached a stage where now I have a product. For that, after all of this is done, I have to build basically a product. And then that product is with contract and that entire mechanism. There is labor issues that go on. Most of the labor actually comes from Bihar, Orissa, West Bengal. Some of the fitters, actually carpenters, come from Rajasthan. There is no inherent labor in Maharashtra because no one wants to do that job. So then you're relying on a lot of other people from different states. It's on their whims and fancies. They go on a vacation, they'll go on vacation for 1 month, right? And you can't explain that. I mean, this is what it is. That's how the industry is. And you do all of that, and then you're actually going to deliver the project to a customer. And this is an industry where everything is made in hand. We forget it is not an automation. It is not a factory floor where you just, it's like though it's a process, it's all handmade. So, like, for example, if there is a mason who's actually putting in the plaster, he's putting it with his hand, right? So the level of that plaster, how it's done, all of that is hand work. So it's bound to have errors, and it's human. Human errors are plenty in this field. And that sort of creates a bit of hindrances sometimes in the quality. A lot of people say that quality, this, that. It's all human, and humans are bound to make mistakes. So essentially, we are like hustling, trying, super facilitators, trying to make sure that everything is moving, all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle are getting in, so that a person can have his house. And it is till today the single biggest investment customer is doing in his lifetime. And a lot of emotions are attached, though it's for investment purpose or for end use. It is an emotion, buying a home. And it is not just an individual emotion, it's the family, the extended family emotion that comes into picture. So you have the burden of carrying, making sure that the emotions are happy and not sad by the end of project. So navigating through all of these creates a lot of delays in just the process a lot of time. That's where the problem of the industry comes into picture. But there's always bad apples in the industry. And I think that if you're disciplined and you know what is good for your customer, and if you follow that path, I think you can deliver projects after projects. I think there's no stopping this.
So you mentioned bad apples, and that's a point I wanted to touch on. Is that I'm sure in your time with your company, you've dealt with a lot of shady characters. sometimes they're not really good people, and it could lead to very scary situations. So have you kind of, gotten used to all of this now? Does it still exist?
Every day, I think every day, I think if I have to put a position to myself in the company or to any one of us, I think we'll be chief fire officers, because there is a fire every time in every department. ये नहीं sanction हुआ, the boundary issue है with the land, title issue हुआ, someone has claimed that this also property belongs to me. For everything, this situation arises. And I think it is a game of patience and thorough documentation, actually, which is going to take you out of it. But this is inevitable in real estate. My father told me that if you are up for this, then only enter this business, because it's not for the faint-hearted. And bad apples, ये big land mafia, which still exist, not to a great extent in a city like Pune, but we're developing in Mumbai, we're developing in 9 other cities. So I think to some extent it is there. You can deal with it. And then you are essentially dealing with the contractor base. You're dealing with labor laws, unskilled labor. So a lot of these actually elements are there daily. So it's a matter of being like trained to handle all of this. And I think this is inevitable in real estate.
Have you ever, been in any ethical dilemma where you have a trouble kind of realizing right from wrong at that position, that situation?
I think from day one, I came from the US being very idealistic. How this is happen, how this functions this way. And later on, I got molded into the system, what you call. And it is just a human interaction, right? The other person on the other side, what he's thinking, what is it, what he wants.
Right.
If you're able to solve that, then it becomes very easy. But I'll say we get into this for the greater good. I have to deliver the house to my customer. That is it. And I will do whatever it takes for that to happen. And that's my thought process. And end goal. And if I don't think that way, then it becomes very difficult for each state. So yes, ethical dilemmas are every day. But as long as your end goal is that you want to deliver the house to your customer, you have to do, and you got to do what you got to do.
We've kind of touched on your first project, which was a hotel, and then moving on to your 2 and 3 BHK apartments and buildings. What's beyond that?
So we, beyond the 2 and 3 bedrooms, we are actually known for building large townships. Essentially, the government realized that they cannot put in the infrastructure for the rapid growth of the city. So they allowed private developers back in 2004, if they had 100 plus acre land parcel, to essentially build a city where you have to build a school, fire station, police station. We have to provide electricity, water for the residents. And we are the sort of corporation per se. We collect taxes. So that was very interesting. We could actually build this city like a 200, 300 acre land parcel. We could design it the way we want to. Get in the best technology for construction, get in the best sort of planning, wide roads. Like one of our townships has like 38,000 trees planted. So we had the freedom to do that. Beyond that, we have a brand called Athashri. We are the largest senior housing developer in the country. Our first Athashri was built in 2000. At that point of time, we realized that a lot of families were getting nuclear. A lot of people were traveling to the US. Their parents were in India, or like today, the situation, a lot of them are traveling to other cities in India. And we realized that the parents want to have an independent life. but they also want to have that resort style staying. Because at the age of 65, you're tired of cooking. You just want to be with your friends. And that concept of senior living was very mature in the US. So we got in the elements that made the basis of senior living and Indianized it and became hugely popular today. We have more than 4,000 seniors staying with us, and they absolutely have a blast. I mean, they are just chilling. The other day, I walked into one of the Athashris, and there just two gentlemen, like I think 12 o'clock, they were playing pool, and they just invited me for a game. And we just played pool. And then we just discussed, and a lot of cream of the cream, like ex-CEOs, MDs, doctors, all of them buy here. So very knowledgeable people. And they make new friends at that age. They're very creditable. And we also had an entire set of IITians who were together, I think IIT Bombay or somewhere. And all of them went across the world for their work, education, etc. After, I think, 45 years, they booked 7 apartments in Athashri. And they booked it the way they used to stay in their hostel. Like, I will buy here, you used to stay in front of me there. And that way there are 7. And their doors are always open.
Wow.
Right? Like, this guy is like, they'll go and have a drink in that guy's house at 4 o'clock in the evening, or they'll watch a movie. So that is the quality of life that we wanted to give. And this was a product that sort of made it possible for it. And then beyond independent senior living, what Athashri is, we moved into what is called Astha, which is an assisted living, where people, it's a natural progression of aging. And at some point of time, you're going to require assistance. And the average age there is about 85. But that's more of a rental model where people are staying as long as they're alive, and they need pretty much help every day and every aspect of their life. Or it could be like a post-operative rehab which is required. Or their kids want to go for a vacation and there's no one to attend to them. So 30 days, 15 days, they come in and stay so that they are assisted. So that is one more. So we have 2 operational Asthas in Pune itself, one in Pashan and Pashan Link Road, and one in Bowdar. And a total of 14 operational Athashris, 12 of them in Pune, one in Bangalore, and one in Vadodara. And one more interesting sector that we are entering, it's not been done in India ever, is independent homes for the differently abled and their families. That's the brand called Swaniketan that we have recently launched. The amount of autistic kids with cerebral palsy is enormous. I think every 250 kid in India has some spectrum of autism. And their parents actually, one of the spouse has to completely give up their career. And in this age, it's very difficult to do that. So this complex is made in such a way that the house is designed in such a way that the caretaker can come in and get out of the house. Kid has his own room. The parents can have their own. Even if they want to go for dinner today, there is a problem, right? Where to keep the kid. And the kid, I mean, when I say a kid, they're typically like 15-year-old, 20-year-olds who have a lot of strength, and the parents can't handle that. So we're essentially building a residential complex for them, which will have a vocational center, occupational therapies, dog therapy, different sort of therapies that the kids require. And they will sort of be exclusive, but then we have built it in a township. So it is inclusive to that extent. So exclusive, because the parents want it to be exclusive, because only another set of parent who has a differently abled kid is going to understand the problem. So they want to be close-knit community, but they don't want to be like left out somewhere middle of nowhere. So they want to be in like a nice neighborhood where you can just be the way you want to be otherwise. So that we've got a huge response for that. The potential is pretty much there to do it anywhere in India. So, and I think those are businesses with a social touch beyond the 2 and 3 bed, beyond the brick and mortar is what we say. And I think we get the biggest satisfaction out of those. The problem, we are eventually solving a problem that's there in the community. So,
What are future plans for Paranjape? Outside of India, anything?
so we are right now present in 9 cities and 3 states actually. We will grow with our senior living brand, with our independent, differently abled brand. We'll end up doing more and more townships because probably that's the need of the hour with the state of infrastructure and the connectivity which is improving. Even if you do something 30, 35 kilometers away from the city today, the connectivity is going to be great over next 10 years. And that sort of a suburban living, which did not exist in India for a long. Actually, in India, if you look at it that way, your downtown is actually your residential portion, and the suburbs are your workplaces.
Okay.
So now with that connect, because the problem was the road connectivity and electricity, water reaching those areas. But now things are changing where you're actually getting different suburbs or establishing those suburbs there today. Like, for example, today, I mean, when we were in school, that hotel Mahabaleshwar was probably the end of Pune. Like that was the time where you knew that you have left Pune. Today, that hotel you can't even see where it is in the mix of everything. But then you've got a suburb like Wakad, which essentially has got its own your D-marts or your conventional stores, hospitals, malls. You'll have Tathawade, then Pune, all of those. And those suburbs they're becoming self-sufficient. And that's where the pricing is actually being still affordable. I mean, Pune is considered still one of the affordable places when it comes to real estate because it has the ability to grow in all directions. And it has an ability to sustain a price point, which is your 50 lakhs to 75 lakhs, which is your mid-income, up-income segment. So I think townships, senior, Swaniketan is the way we would want to expand. And I think the possibilities are enormous. I mean, today we can pretty much do an Athashri product or a Swaniketan product, any other developer, right? I'm not competing with him. I'm actually complementing him. So I can probably do this product with a developer in his township today. So then the scope of growth is huge. So that's where we want to head in the future.
Amit, it's been a wonderful time chatting with you. I've loved kind of getting into the depths of what real estate actually is. And, the preconceived notions that even I as an individual may have had before, you've kind of debunked them to a certain extent. And I'm glad you did that. But, as a real estate developer, I really respect all the kind of the gritty work and the shady people that you have to meet and kind of deal with on a daily basis. So that's very impressive. And I love the fact how you kind of did your Ironman and your sports, and then you still got that discipline to run your business and make that bigger. So again, thank you, Amit. It's been wonderful. I've loved chatting with you.
Thanks, Kaushik. It's not that shady as I mean, we have some great people that we work with, and I think it's only getting better. You are getting more disciplined. All the other developers are also getting more disciplined. And I think that is driving that ecosystem to a more transparent industry. And I think that's really good. I mean, that's a great change. And I think that has happened because the customer has also changed. Yes. The customer is more demanding. He wants it to be more transparent. My average age has dropped. The buying age has dropped from 45 to 28 today.
Wow.
So that's a completely different transformation that we need to do in this industry. And I'm excited for it. And again, thank you for having me, letting me share my thoughts. Thank you.